What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing the premiere of Ready to Love. This is the Dallas edition. This is season 8, episode 1, and this is just a reaction video to the show premiering because this is the first show coming out, and you know, for those who don't know, I do reviews on reality shows. Giving my personal opinions about what I think of it from a male's perspective. And as I said in my intro, I am YouTube's number one commenter. So on this channel, our channel is all about the comments. The only thing that I ask is that while you're in those comments, just respect the other people in these comments. Over here, the model is say what you say. That means whatever you saw on that TV screen, whether we agree with it or we don't, say how you feel. We just again, we keep it respectful over here with each other. Because why? This is the Dub fam. And, that's what we do. We just more than just another YouTube channel. We connect over here. We are together over here. And that's how we keeping it. So, yeah, this is really like I can't remember when I did a actual video instead of going live. I've been on that live train. I've been on that live vibe because it has such an energy with it. So this is like it feels like a little different. I feel different. I feel like I got my glasses on and feel like I'm teaching a class or something like that. But just say overall, I think I didn't know which way to start. Whether I'll do it in the end or the beginning, but I would say overall. It's a little early for me to judge the show. Y'all know I can get a bit cynical and a little harsh on people and things, but that's my thing. What can I say? And I can't say that I'm impressed with the show. I feel like people have gotten what they asked for in a sense. Even though they haven't made many changes, I've heard throughout the YouTube streets many a time we're like, hey, they don't really want IG models, they want regular people. And this is exactly what I think this show this season's got. Regular people. Not a knock to people, but overall the cast doesn't seem very impressive. That's what I would say, in my opinion. So, be careful what you ask for. I wish they would change the host, but they ain't listening to me. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna gotta roll with we're gonna have to roll with what we got. And yeah, just like most people, especially me, I'm technological challenged or whatever. And so I'm not gonna have the pictures for real and go through all those pictures. So I'm gonna kinda go through kind of introducing the people as well as giving my thoughts on it. So let's start off how would the show start off? We start off with Chris. He's a construction developer who is of Nigerian descent. He wants his African queen to accept his heritage. So he gonna have you dressing up in the African garb, and you never know, he might pop up with an extra wife or two and say, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm Nigerian. We got 3 and 4 wives." Who knows? So next person we introduce is to Jessica. She's 37. She's a coffee line owner. That is pretty interesting, like because coffee's like a big thing. That's like saying, "Oh, I own a bottled water company or something." That's huge, because that's like worldwide. But my vibe I get off her. I'm not sure who's gonna connect with her, but I think she's gonna play a big part in this show. I think she's going to definitely make it to the end. So that's my first impressions of her. We got Philip. He's 41, supply chain analyst. I got to just kind of read off their professions because, Ready to Love kind of play with us a bit with the titles. I don't know if they get a new job in the middle of the season or they got a promotion or demotion. I don't know. But, they even play with the ages a little bit. But Philip, he's like, he said something in like his opening comments that like he hasn't had like feel good moments over like the past years, and sounds like almost like a bit of depression, which is a little concerning when you're going into a group setting of love, if you will, love. I'll do that of love, and we know he's in the feet because he mentioned to Jessica like, "Hey, you got the toes out." Like I think my man Philip got a foot fetish, and some people do. We're gonna learn about more of other people's kinks in this show. So we see Aries. Aries is 43. She's a software sales manager, mother of two. I think her personality is great. It comes off the screen. Y'all know your boy J Dub is a energy person. She has a very good vibe. She's a very voluptuous woman on here, and I think the people will be chasing after her. You know, the men. And we go to Tequila. I said Tequila. Her name is Tequila. That's what it reminds me of. Tequila is a marketing assistant. I didn't write her age down. Um, and we see Tequila off the break. She's gonna be trouble. And why I say that, she has that younger mindset of like, oh, a man really can't appreciate a nice woman. Men don't want that, you know. Men don't want that. Men want a woman who is kind of mean, kind of distant, who brings the drama and all that. And I just want to share a secret. Most men, we don't like that. We don't want it. We don't like it. Send it back. We don't want it. But you know, has it worked for Tequila? I don't know. Why she on Ready to Love? So I'm gonna say no. So now we got it's hard to even say it. I'm gonna say it with you. Habibi. Habibi is 33 and a saxophonist, and no. That's all I'm gonna say. No. Like I can't buy into that. Like Habibi to me is like he's just a character. Like I mean, like, are we for real? Like, I'm gonna say Ready to Love is playing games with us. That's like me saying, I went to Mexico and now my name is Julio. This is Julio. I wear a sombrero wherever I go, so that make me a Mexican now. Like that's what it's giving off. Like, cause he's spent some months in Dubai, and nothing about him has says that he has absorbed the culture, with the exception of he called it a Guthra. But your boy J Dub did some research on it, and it's not actually called a Guthra. You know that's not what it's called. It's what is it called? It's called I'm not pronouncing it right, with no disrespect. It's called like a kifaya or something. It's not called no Guthra, and I could believe it. Like I don't know, he probably made the name up. He probably heard somebody else say it when he bought his at the airport in Dubai. Even if I don't know who even know if he been to Dubai. Who knows? You know, you people can Photoshop things in, but everything about Habibi spells character. When I say character, like you're dressing up and you're acting like somebody, and I mean it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. You know, when he says lines like, "Oh, my job, I'm a saxophonist, but my job is to put a smile on every lady's face." And like, okay, what does that mean? What does that really mean? You only play for ladies? I don't know. What's going on? So we see Sierra. Sierra is, look, 33. She's a personal stylist. I don't know if it's Sierra's makeup that's making her seem like she's 33 plus 9 or maybe 10. I don't know, but I would say, yeah, she's a beautiful woman, but I don't, I really, by looking at her and her vibe, I just don't see anybody there for her or her making it far. Not that she's a bad person, not that she is a, what do you call it? An actual potential catch or whatever. That's what I'm going to say. But I don't see her person is not there. So let's look at who we looking at next. We're looking at Leanne. Leanne is 49, and I call Leanne Carmen 2.0. Y'all remember Carmen from Ready to Love before? Like Carmen had something happened to her face in the Air Force, and again, voluptuous, beautiful woman, body on body. Leanne's older. She's 49, and she says she gives off the impression of being bougie or whatever, or stuck up. And I really could see that, because like when she spoke to the guys or the few interactions you saw, it felt like she was giving an interview. Like, what's your sign? What's your favorite color? How do you see yourself in marriage? Like, not just talking and connecting. It's just like you're writing notes down about my resume. So that's what I got. So we get to I can't even read my own writing. The erotic author. That's what I'm gonna just call it. Erotic author. I think I wrote his name. Oh, it's Marvin. When you can't read your own writing, I mean, that's something else. Marvin, the erotic author. And all I can say is, again, to me, in my opinion, the certain characters that they add to the show is either like a person who's going to be the fall guy, meaning like they're going out soon because like they're just not going to work, they're not going to fit, or they're going to stir up some drama with their thoughts, beliefs, or occupation. And Marvin is no stranger for this. So as being as an erotic author, who's going to really be feeling that? Because, his job is to bring a woman in his apartment. Now get that, somewhere where he stay, where he live, in his apartment, where he's supposed to seduce his clients, seduce his clients in a space that he lives in his apartment. Yeah, obviously he ain't making no whole bunch of money. He didn't say I take my clients to my studio or whatever, and I go back home to my house, or it's like giving sex worker. That's what it's giving. Because there's no way that you're seducing these women. He's into dominating. He dragging them around the apartment on a chain and all that. So the women going to get hot and bothered because there's some people into that kind of stuff. So he says he's looking for a woman who's open. When I say open, what he probably means is that you're open to all the kink that he does. You're open to him being and dealing with women and just saying, this is just my job. Yeah, I might have licked the hot wax off her neck. It's just my work. It's not what I want to do. I'm doing this for us. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And that's a joke. That's a joke. You can't find love in that space. And it's a joke from Ready to Love. They playing with us. Because there's no way that they read Marvin's resume and saying, like, you would be a great candidate to fall in love with somebody. I don't believe that. So we see Unique. Unique is 31. Unique looks a little older than 31, but we'll go with it. She's a TV producer. She reminds me of Megan Good's second cousin or something like that. I mean, she looks just like her, in my opinion. So, we see Ready Love didn't go with my advice. I'm like, Ready to Love, it's time to move on from nephew Tommy. But guess what? Tommy's back. He's like, Dallas, come on, give it to me. He wants you to give it to me and gather and, sit by the campfire in, Indian style and listen to what Tommy got to say. And he always talking about himself in the third person, does Tommy make sense? And he got to do his little monologue and, how he needs the people dating to, keep open hearts and minds, but not your wallet or your drawers. Because there's some drawers openers up in here, I'm like, when you want to break your own TV while you watching stuff, it's bad. So, okay, y'all love Tommy, but he reminds us it's 18 people, but two will get the boot out of this rodeo. It hurt me. It hurt my throat just to say that. But let's go back to the characters or the cast. I can't call them characters. All the main characters. We see Janelle, 41, and I thought she was actually Aries. The BBW with the two kids or whatever. So I'm like, they almost fooling me. And Janelle is saying that she's 41. She doesn't really want to have kids. She wants to adopt because she was adopted. And it kind of plays into her life by being adopted where she has abandonment issues. Like you go to the bathroom. Where you going? And that's kind of, what do you call it? It's perplexing to me. Because like if you're adopted at 6 months, aren't those your parents? Ain't that all you know? Maybe it happens like when they told her later in life or whatever. However, it's like if they got you from pretty much birth, that's gonna feel like your parents. I know that what they told her when she was 18 months. Hey kid, you're adopted, and she absorbed that. No, stop it. She's just a level 5 clinger. Just call it what it is. So, we get to one of the fall guys. What I just explained about somebody's gotta be the sacrificial lamb in the situation. And we go to Brandon. And, the guy Brandon, like, he would probably have a lot of the ladies, falling after him or whatever. But he's got some things going on. Brandon is recently divorced, 6 months, to a wife who he has divorced twice. Now, the women are seeing, most of them are seeing it as a red flag. So pretty much he's not going to make it far. Granted, people can have their different opinions on that, because I don't know if it was the twins, Janelle or Aries, has spoken like, hey, I kind of see Brandon as somebody who's committed to trying. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that. Like, he did everything, he made it work. He maybe saw his mistakes, they came back together or whatever. People see it in a different way. But a lot of ladies say like, you just divorced, and I don't know about you, and you married her again, and you divorced again. I don't know. So let's just go into the characters. We already went to Brandon. He's a fall guy. Now we go to this character, the true character, Habibi, aka Punjabi MC, and nothing about him it gives a cultural vibe at all. Like, I mean, so much to the basic stuff. So he's eating his little cheese plate or whatever, and he's telling the lady like, "Oh, I'm about to eat some pineapple." She's like, "No, baby, that's cheese." Like, did you really go to Dubai? Because it don't sound like he went to DeVry, the little local college, ICDC University or something. It ain't working. It's like something ain't clicking. As he speaks more and more, the ladies may seem to like his outer appearance, but the more and more he speaks, it just goes downhill. We learned that Habibi, I won't say it no more. I'm stop saying it. Habibi's name is Tyrone, because that's what it is. Habibi ain't got no Arab culture in him or nothing. That's Tyrone. His mama named him Tyrone. I'm gonna call him Tyrone. That's what it's gonna be. So Tyrone says that he does have a child. He has a 7-year-old son with the lady he only knew for 11 days. Yikes. So you know how that's gonna work out. I mean, it's tough when you know him longer than that. So yeah, that's the thing. That's concerning. That's concerning. But it doesn't stop there. It just doesn't stop there. He's telling one of the ladies that pretty much he's single because he can't choose his music over the woman. Like, he's in love. He's married to his saxophone. And that was the lady in the white boots. White boots said, hey, don't you think it's maybe time to put the lady first and your saxophone second? And he was like, nah, I'm looking for really the lady to understand that I'm like married to my saxophone. And I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, this guy has renamed himself, has put on the Arabic garb, has all the characteristics of, how the ladies say, a F-boy off the top. Because it don't get better. It just keep getting worse and worse with Tyrone. Tyrone is talking about, he hitting all the ladies with one-liners. There's no substance to him. So every lady is the same. So eventually, and if you sit down talking to this guy, he gonna say, so yeah, I know you were married before, but would you cheat on me with your husband? Like, that's something to say. Like, he did it twice. So I can only imagine he did it more than twice. It's just all of what they showed us. And it's like a joke. This dude is a straight up clown. I mean, it's ridiculous. But let's go to another odd conversation. We see Tequila. I keep wanting to say Tequila, Tequila and Philip. And it with Tequila, that's the toxic lady who says that, men want the drama. And she just went right in with sex questions. Like, hey, she did like an heiress from Married at First Sight. What's your favorite sexual position? How do you like it? What the freakiest thing you ever did? And Philip, I guess he took the bait. I guess he felt comfortable and wanted to answer her questions. But she wasn't impressed by him, the wildest place he's been in a parking lot. Then Philip just he shared too much after. He's like asking, are you in a sex club? I got a card, I can give you a referral. or whatever. We can get into this thing. She's like, nah, I ain't getting to that. Like, you're a little too wild. And all the time, Philip was letting his freak flag fly, and Tequila wasn't saying nothing. She was like, we're done. And he felt the energy shift. And, it's just, it's not a good time. It doesn't seem like we having these connects. It's not seeming like we have quality people here. So let's just keep going if we can. If we can. So who do we got? Who do we got next? We got a Calfani impersonator from Married at First. I said Married at First Sight from Ready to Love, and I'm gonna just call him Calfani. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know who I'm talking about, Calfani. Calfani. He meets another young lady called Lee, because we got a Leanne, which is the older 49-year-old lady who's stuck up, and Lee, she's a health and wellness coach. She's very fit, great shape, looks yeah, she looks great. She looks like she works out, and I can see like the connection with Calfani and Lee, because they like in the same kind of realm of fitness and health. They into workout and looking good and all that kind of stuff. And they actually come from both families with that have longevity in marriage, because that is a thing. Like, it helps when you have a certain surroundings. Like, oh yeah, my parents been married for 47 years. My grandparents been married 80 years. I'm like, wow, it's just like, it's a lot. So that's the kind of thing that you want to shoot for. And so much so, Calfani has like a heart tattooed on his ring, on the side of his ring finger, from his, I guess, ex-fiance or whatever. It didn't work out because he felt like he gave too much of himself. He got lost in his relationship. And I think they could really, I didn't see the love connection, but it's kind of early. They have enough in common, to me, in my opinion, to go ahead and lock it in, because there ain't much out there in those Ready to Love Dallas streets. So yeah, go ahead and lock it in. Lock it in, Calfani and Lee. So we see, and I can't even say this name. The guy's name is Moore, or his guy got like a whole bunch of waves, kind of chubby, and I can say, I don't know. In my opinion, I don't know if he's ready to love yet. It seems like he needs to enroll himself into grief counseling, and not to make light of it. It's just like, I get it. When you lose a parent, and it stays with you forever. However, when you talk about it, you get like sniffling and stuff, like, whoa, I just met you. I'm trying to find out what you like. I don't want to hear you sniffling and crying about your dad or whatever. Not to be insensitive, but he's talking with Carmen 2.0, aka Leanne, and he's sharing his moment about his father passing, and it got really awkward, because he seemed to get a little emotional bit, or it seemed like he was looking for a moment of condolence. Because yes, people do get into, let's call it, robot mode. Some people really mean it, some people don't. And when I say robot mode, when you be like, oh yeah, my dad passed 10 years ago, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Some people are genuine. Some people say it because they're trained to say it. But Leanne, she doesn't fit either one. She just ain't going to say it. She started talking about, oh yeah, I've had to put 2 of my dogs down, and I saved 15% on my health insurance or Geico or whatever. She just went to something else. And I understand both sides of it. It did seem like she was ignoring that he mentioned that his father was passing. But at the same time, is he expecting everybody, or especially a Leanne, to let him cry on his shoulder or feel sympathy or sorry? I mean, I get it. I think it's a lot to ask on both sides, but it just seemed like he kept speaking that, hey, my dad just passed. My dad just passed. Okay, I get it. The loss is with you. Guess what? It'll never go away. However, you just be able to deal with it better as you go. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it was something. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. So we get to the first elimination. Again, they supposed to send 2 people home the same day, which I don't agree with. Like, you really got to cram everything up in that session to try to get with somebody. It's almost rushed. It's like a giant speed dating pool. And the women are up first. And who's up first? Tequila and Leanne. And I'm really not surprised by both picks, because again, Tequila is just, as she said, toxic, and Leanne is just what she said. She is what is it? Standoffish, cold, bougie or whatever the case may be. I got that. I just felt that Leanne was kind of trying in the process. Granted, that interview thing rarely works for people. However, she was really kind of putting things out there. Tequila, not so much. It was like rubbing people the wrong way. Like she was too much. But guess what? Leanne's going home. She's 49. She was the oldest out of everybody, so maybe she can just go ahead and apply for the senior citizen community and just get a new life. Even though she's in shape, even though she's beautiful and all that good stuff, but that wasn't a place for her. But Tequila survived the situation. However, she was still like heartbroken about it, like from the rejection. So can I say maybe that toxic energy is wrapped up into some form of like insecurity? It's like a mask, that's her protection or something. I don't know. It's just like she was very emotional about like they didn't want me, they didn't pick me, and it didn't stop there. Tequila, she got consoled by the guy with the waves, and his father just passed 6 days ago. And I could say that he kind of spoke life into her. Like he really encouraged her. He gave her positive words. And some people need that, and it really helped it. I didn't see the love connection. Not that it's a love at first sight thing. It's just the fact that she respected him in doing that, and she appreciated that he did that because he did really help her. He did really pick her up in that moment. So we're not over with it. Let's say the awkward situations. So in this case, I'm gonna say jaw dropping. It was a conversation between Unique, aka Megan Good's cousin, with this guy named Red, and he wasn't introduced, but Red is a DJ and he's a comedian, and he's divorced, and Megan Good just flat out called his occupation a thought job. And she said it like 3 or 4 times. And she could tell he was offended. He was definitely offended, but she kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. And I get it why he was offended. Granted, yes, a bartender, a DJ may put you in a lifestyle of like different women who are drunk and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But just to call it a thought job. Now, granted, let's say if Unique was in a bartender or a DJ and he called her a thought job, like love, Ready to Love security would probably snatched him off the camera. We'd have been talking about it. We had a 24-hour marathon about Red calling Unique having a thought job and all that. It's a double standard thing. And your boy J Dub is tired of the double standards. I don't care how long it's been going on. It's time to break the toxic cycle. I'm sick of it. But that was offensive. She shouldn't have did that. Even though if she believed that and felt that. Just don't say that. That's offensive. Just to not disregard people's feelings, intentionally hurt them or disrespect them. It's a no. Unique may be beautiful, 31, I don't know, but it's wrong. So we see how deep the toxicity runs through Tequila's veins. She's like pretty much the only lady that is gravitating to Tyrone, aka Habibi. I just had to say it because it's new, but I'm not gonna call him Habibi. I refuse to call him that. That's ridiculous. And she's like eating up his game or lack thereof. He's still hitting it with the one line, and so would you cheat on me with your husband? And she like, yeah, I would. I've been day one, ride or die, me and you forever. I already got the Habibi tattoo on my neck. I'm like, she's right. She's absolutely toxic. Oh my goodness. Sorry to this woman. That's all I got to say. I mean, that is awful. I see why she on this show now. And Tyrone even took a page out of Clint from Meredith's sight book, Married at First Sight. He grabbed her hand and kissed his own hand and told me something. I kissed my hand. She's like, why do you do that? Because I'll kiss yours later. GTFO H, are you kidding me? Ready Love, you playing in our faces. I have to disconnect. I have to know that this is just entertainment. That's all. So I'm gonna have fun with it. So the elimination is there. The two guys are Tyrone and Brandon. You know, the guy with who got the 4 kids and married twice to the same lady. And I thought they did a pretty good job with elimination because, like, they're staying consistent. Because sometimes people are on the chopping block unfairly. I felt a little way about Leanne. You know, I thought they was a little harsh, but again, maybe she was giving pre-grandma vibes. I don't know, but now they keep doing keep with the tradition. So when it's time to eliminate Tyrone and eliminate Brandon, they do a cliffhanger. Ready Love, please stop this. I hate those fake cliffhangers. Stop it. So that was pretty much it. Not impressed. Still early. J Dub. I'm like Tommy talking to third person. J Dub is just entertainment. Don't do it to yourself. So drop down in the comments. Tell me what you thought. Something you want to add. Something I missed, and we're gonna continue on. And just to add a note, tomorrow's Monday, so on Tuesday night, I believe at 8. I'm almost certain it's 8. I've been invited back to Sabrina Soul's all-star panel. Your boy J Dub is a star now. No, I'm not a star. As a joke, but yeah, I'm gonna be on the panel where all the all-star cast of the Ready to Love from different seasons will be on it, and you know J Dub has something to contribute. They like me, so yeah, like I said, check me out on Tuesday on Sabrina Soul's channel at 8. And what can I say? As I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it and I really mean it. See ya.